Councilman, welcome back.
Thank you, Jason.
You are adamant that Dallas needs a brand new city hall. Tell us why.
Well, we're looking at what's going on in our city. We don't even want to start with the economics. Let's start with the condition of the building. Whether a new city hall is rebuilding there, renovating there, or a potential move. But we need to understand the numbers that the engineering experts just brought to our council, and it's extremely high. And so when you're looking at those numbers, $329 million to fix it, and that's not fixing everything, that's just pretty much basic, you know. That's not what we need, and we need to make sure that we're being completely transparent with our community and the citizens of Dallas and giving the complete number when we're talking about what I call a turnkey, modernizing it, everything to get it up and going so it can work at the speed of business.
Councilman, let me start with this here. Opponents say the fix is in, that Dallas is going to give this new city hall. Let me take two again here. Councilman, let me start with this here. Opponents say the fix is in, that Dallas is going to give the city hall site to the Dallas Mavericks. There's no stopping it. The votes are there. Is this a done deal?
No, it's not. I can tell you right now, the city manager has not had any discussion publicly or privately with me concerning the Maverick situation or where they end up being. I believe that we need to keep the Dallas Mavericks and the Dallas Stars in downtown. Yeah. They do not need to go to Valley View, as some of my colleagues have suggested.
So council voted to allow the city manager and city staff to go out and look and see what kind of other place that they could find for a new city hall. What if they come back and say, listen, it's going to be $1.5 to $2 billion to move City Hall? What happens then? We
have to be very transparent with our citizens and let them know what's going on. If it costs us $1 billion, $1.3 billion to fix City Hall and $1.3 billion to move, then we may need to consider staying and fix it. What that looks like, we don't know. That's a decision for the council. But she's operating off the council's request. We said, hey, we don't want to hear from the staff. Go get engineer experts, an independent study, because we need to know the truth. Some of the council members was concerned with the inflation of the numbers that the staff was bringing. So at the will of the council, she went and got independent studies, I think CBRE, and the engineer experts, and they came back with the numbers that I'm pretty sure are very accurate based off my experience as a school board trustee and the work I've done there in Dallas ISD.
City staff's going to come back, and you guys will decide at the end of May whether to stay or whether to go. What do you think they're going to come back with number-wise?
I think if we be honest, I asked a question at the council meeting, and I said, based off the numbers that we're seeing, and I did a video on L3. L3 was probably the most deplorable situation I've ever seen in my life. It's like going into a horror movie. You open up, it looked like you're going into a casket going down the stairs, and then it opens up into God knows what.
Yeah, I want to ask you about that separately in just a second, though. But what happens in May? They're going to come back. What do you expect those numbers to show?
I'm expecting them to show significantly higher if we do a full gut renovation. If we're going into the walls, you're going to deal with asbestos. You're going to deal with some unforeseen things, right? It happened again when I was on school board, and that's when the numbers is going to drive up. And when we get those numbers, then we have to make a prudent decision. And the citizens of Dallas want us to make a prudent decision. But we need to be honest. Why we're here today is because former council members did not do the work when it came to City Hall, when the former city manager was requesting and saying, we need to put money into this building to fix it. It's on video that some council members said no. And so to have that deferred maintenance not be taken care of is the reason why we're here now, and we have to make this tough decision and be completely honest with our citizens.
But in fairness to those previous councils, Dallas has never been, like any city, just flush with money, though, to be able to make those investments, right?
Right, I understand that. But when the former city manager asked for $30 million to get stuff done, and we're saying, no, we're not going to do this, we're going to put it towards streets and sidewalks, I understand the concept. But what our citizens will understand is, hey, I know we need this, but we also need to take care of this first. So let's look at the priorities. Let's fix City Hall, invest money in City Hall to try to slow down the problem, yearly and try to work this thing out, and then we can come back and also take care of the needs in our community. I think our community understand both needs and will work with our city, like our council members, to get things done for our community. They just want transparency.
Beneath City Hall, there is another level. There's 2 layers of parking, 2 garage levels, level 1, level 2. But there's a third layer that most people don't know about that has been lore for years. You actually got access to the 3rd level there. And there's been talk about there's a creek running underneath it, and that's been proven by people at the city. What did you see anything when you went down to level 3, this cavern under the city? Did you see anything there that suggested that this is a bigger deal? We need to get a new City Hall building?
Absolutely.
Did you really?
Absolutely. First of all, I had to sign the waiver to go down there.
Even as a councilman?
As a council member, I had to sign a waiver. So I'm like, hey, I didn't have to sign a waiver to walk through the front door or go in the parking garage, but I had to sign a waiver to go down into a level that I didn't even think exists, because when you're on the elevator, it says L2, L1, L2. So when they told me it's an L3, I thought it was a joke. And so when I found out it really was, I said, I want to go see it. And I went down there. It's like opening up a casket, and I looked in the hole. I said, yeah, I've seen enough. And they said, no, you ain't seen it. You got to go down there. So I went down there, and even when you get to a certain level, the rails get very moist. I mean, it just made my whole body cringe. And then it just opened up to Old Mill Creek.
So there really is the creek.
It's down there. It was like a swamp. I mean, it was one little bobcat, like an L shape, and then there's a pipe that's constantly running water. Look all the way up through the building. The smell was horrible. It was dark. It seemed something that was literally unreal. And I wasn't even planning on doing a video. It just happened. And I'm like, our community need to see this, because L3 is a part of City Hall. And further researching, it was supposed to be developed, but it was never developed. And so when you see when you smell the smell at times in City Hall on L2, when you're coming up on L1, you see smell those fumes, it's identical and exactly what I was smelling. It was horrible. I don't think I even have the words in my vocabulary to describe what I felt and what I saw when we went there.
But the building has survived 47 years with L3 being as it is, a creek running underneath it, the odors and the smells, et cetera. Why couldn't it survive another few decades?
I believe it's based off the experience of the engineers. It's beyond life expectancy.
What is it? That part of the building?
Yes, that part of the building. I believe City Hall is sturdy. I do agree with that, because it's built out of concrete. I do believe it's sturdy, but I also believe there's significant amount of damage that has been done due to maintenance not being taken care of. And if we're going to do City Hall right and fix it up completely so our citizens can be in the building safely, we need to look at the numbers that the engineers are bringing. I asked them this question specifically: is it safe to say that once we get this work done and start fixing up City Hall, if we decide to stay here, could the price significantly increase based on what you may not see, the unforeseen? Sure. And I asked them, I said, is L3 a part of this building? They said yes. So when you're looking at that, if they're saying it could easily increase significantly, then we have to go with that. And I'm gonna say this again: when we looked at South Oak Cliff High School when I was trustee, when those kids protested, my son and those kids, when we looked at the other work that I've done in Dallas ISD in my district, those buildings were deplorable. And we had a lot of the same issues. Of course, this is a bigger building, but to see some of the same things that's happening is concerning, and that let me know that it is going to be more of a significant price.
So everyone's talking about the future of City Hall and whether the Mavs are going to go there. What happens if the Dallas Mavs and the Dallas Stars both leave Victory Park? What happens to that area over there? We
have to get with the city manager and find out what kind of development we're going to do. Listen, if downtown thrives, the entire city thrives. And I want to make sure that people understand that. Economic opportunity and bringing an economic engine to downtown is important, because once downtown is successful, it's going to flow into all of our communities, whether it's Southern Dallas, West Dallas, East Dallas. It's going to be a domino effect. So we need to understand the economic opportunity that we have here and invest in downtown. Like we want to invest in our communities. We need to make sure that we're investing in our business community in downtown so it can thrive. This is very important for our city.
I was talking to somebody the other day, and he made a really good point. He said, listen, Dallas has a history of launching entertainment districts and then letting them wither away. the West End, Central West End, Deep Ellum's had its up and downs for years. Victory Park now, if the teams move out of over there, what do you say to that? That Dallas is just moving the chess pieces around on the board here.
Well, I'm a former coach in Dallas ISD. My son was one of the top quarterbacks in Dallas. Now coaching in the XFL or UFL with one of the teams, the DC Defenders. So I still volunteer coach now at South Oak Cliff High School. And sports are important to not just our community, but to our city. And we did that once. We let the Dallas Cowboys go to Arlington. And look at the economic engine that it brought and the increase of taxes that it brought to that city. And so I'm big supportive of sports, and I believe that we need to make sure that whatever we decide to do, that we keep Dallas Mavericks and the Dallas Stars in downtown Dallas.
But should Dallas be building another entertainment district with it already having several in the immediate downtown area here?
I think that's a decision of the council and the city manager. I don't think that's a decision that I can make or should make, but I will say this, that we need to make sure that we're investing in the Dallas Mavericks and we're investing in the Dallas Stars.
Downtown lost AT&T's global headquarters. It was in the news a lot not too long ago, Councilman. Comerica's bank headquarters is going to move out of downtown Dallas after its merger with Fifth Third Bank. Do you think Dallas actually has a vision right now for its downtown central business district?
Absolutely. I think our city manager, Kim Tobin, has a vision.
But what is that vision, though?
Growth. She believes in economic growth. She believes in opportunity and making sure that Dallas survives and thrives. And so I believe in her vision. I believe that she's trying to do the right thing, and she needs the council to support. And we just need to, again, speak with our community. Let our community know what's going on, because our communities want to invest in downtown. You know, downtown is growing. It's just not just business now. You have people moving in downtown. We're getting ready. Dallas is building a state-of-the-art school right in the heart of downtown. So downtown is just not a business community. It's a community where we live, we shop, and we enjoy nature, parks, and et cetera. So downtown, making the right investment will cause downtown to thrive significantly, and that is her vision. She has made that very plain, and so I support that vision. And I'm gonna say this again, as downtown thrives economically, it's just gonna flow right into our communities, and we're gonna have the entire city of Dallas thriving the way it should be.
Last thing for you here too, a lot of folks don't even go to City Hall. They don't have to go pay their water bill anymore. They can do everything online. What are you hearing from constituents about City Hall, whether to save it or let it go?
They want to know the truth. You know, you have a lot of people that want to say save City Hall. My statement to them is we need a safe City Hall. We need a City Hall that people can come to. If you walk down the steps at City Hall, you've been there, there's no rail for our senior citizens. For our handicap, we're not ADA compliant. And so we need to make sure that we have a safe City Hall. And those that were saying that are saying save City Hall, we should have been saying those words years ago when the city manager was trying to invest in City Hall and trying to make sure it's straight. It's common sense to me. If we don't fix up our own homes and let it go, then our own homes are going to crumble. If we don't fix up our cars, if we don't do our bodies right, our body's going to crumble. So what you're seeing is maintenance, deferred maintenance that has not been taken care of properly. A council that did not support the former city manager when he was trying to bring it resources and funding to start working on City Hall. That's what we're having now. So I understand we want to save City Hall. I'm saying we need a safe City Hall and be completely transparent with our community and with our entire city on what it's going to cost to either stay or what it's going to cost for us to reimagine a new building.
Councilman, good to see you.
Great to be here again.